Hello, welcome back. I am Kodili-nye. Returning subscribers, you are highly welcome. New subscribers, thank you for joining us. And old subscribers, thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending, and good night, depending on your time zone. We are talking about the Akuluno. This is the part 2. Sorry about the break in transmission in part 1. We couldn't finish because of some technical malfunctioning of the camera, but we are back again. But this is part 2 of the series on Kuluno, part 2. We are about to discuss about how to deepen things up concerning the Adazi-Ani situation. Think home philosophy. Akuluno, the journey so far in Adazi-Ani. And Adazi-Ani is a community in Anocha local government of Anambra State, Nigeria, Eastern Nigeria, to be precise. So we are talking about how to bring deepening this Akuluno, the think-home philosophy in this community. Having known about the exploit in road construction they have done in this community. So we are now going to talk about how these things can start to change the narrative, how they can also extend it further by creating opportunities in that town, so that a lot of the people will start bringing, you can see this dog, let's look at it. Dog, and that's a little dog. Okay, you can see that. Okay. So we are talking about how to now change the narrative in this community by bringing opportunities that can that can help to draw 80% to 90% of the indigenes of this town that has emigrated to different parts of the world, even in Nigeria, and how we can get them. So now we are going to talk about it in details. So because why we are doing this thing is because there is a demand for us to do this, and our channel has taken it on its head to do just that. So because 2024 is a year for Akuluno in Alaigbo, a year of tremendous infrastructural difference. In many of the states in the eastern Nigeria, there will be a great departure from this madness that has befallen us for 2 to 3 years. We are going to move away from that and be what we are known for. So that's not us. What we have seen over 2 years or 3 years, it's not us. It's when we allowed some people or charlatans to dictate the future of great people of Alaigbo. That's what you get. So now is a reversal. We are going to be strong and do what we are known for. That's why we have taken this challenge to deepen the knowledge, because we are entertaining, we are informative, and we are educative in this channel. So that's where we have taken the boldness to start doing this. We are not paid for this, but we depend on your support in order to like, share this vlog and get it to people as soon as possible, and get people to subscribe to this channel. That's what we only ask. We don't ask you for money, we don't ask you for anything. The only favor you can do is to share it to groups, share it to towns, and they will be able to it will be able to make a strong impact. And those that have been sitting on the fence thinking that things can change without doing nothing, even the government, they will see that and they will begin to change how they play their politics. Most of these politicians that make a lot of promises but not fulfilling any, we start seeing that the game have changed. That's why we are doing this. So now we are going to discuss further about this. So now, if a community like Adazi-Ani want to change the narrative, sorry for the noise. Sorry for the noise. I think we need to move away from the road. We are on the road, so we will try to move away so that it will not be too noisy, so that you can hear us, you can enjoy the discussion, you can enjoy the knowledge being applied here. I think let's stay this place and do a little of what we are discussing. So let's just look at the environment again. Let's look at this again. Let's look at this place again. See, I don't know if it's too bright. So let's see this place. Let's see this place. So let's see this place. The weather is you cannot you cannot understand the weather. You keep on changing. So but we'll keep on soldiering on anyway. We'll keep on soldiering on. So let's continue discussion on Akuluno. The journey so far in Adazi-Ani. The journey so far. I am Kodili-nye. So we are discussing this public library. All these things, all this building will eventually be brought down so that there will be a new development in years to come. You know, that's how they plan in this country. They start planning what to do, and they start telling people that you know, they making people will be suggesting what they desire in their community, and they start planning and working concerning that. So now we are going to be discussing we'll continue on our discussion. So how can having known that Adazi-Ani, most of their people are Adazi-Ani, so how can you bring opportunities that will draw them and other people to Adazi-Ani, considering that Adazi-Ani is not far from Oka, it's not far from Onitsha, it's not far from Nnewi, and it's not pretty too far from Enugu or Owerri. So now, using this Akuluno system or philosophy, the community might decide, okay, like I talked in one of the vlogs about a community also trying to do like every year before January to have something like a budget. They might not need to have the money, but they can say, okay, what do we need to achieve this year? Or they can do the short term and the long term, maybe giving like the 1 year, 2 years, or 4 years. That within this time we are targeting to have this or have that. Have 5 hospitals, or build all the roads with street lights, or do all the drainages, including drainages, and you know, secure the town, bring schools and all those things, and other things, and pipe-borne water everywhere, so they can have a budget. Although I'm going to discuss about how it's part of this Akuluno, how the community can work perfectly. You know, how a community can work perfectly, because we are the government. We don't actually need to wait for these politicians, because the politicians run on campaign and the election cycle, and sometimes they miss the mark. Sometimes they're only interested in the next election. They are not actually pushed by any vision. They just talking and you know, talking and wasting a lot of time. But the community, if they are determined with this Akuluno, can basically in a short time change their community for good. Because they know what they want to do, and they will know what they want to achieve, and they will go on to achieve it. So let's continue. So now the task for is to change the narrative in Adazi-Ani in terms of employment. So because employment bring people to settle in a place. So if there is a lot of employment opportunities, you see a lot of people coming in there. If there is facilities, utilities and other things like schools, good schools, hospitals, you can see people settling there immediately. You will see people definitely, because people go to where they can find something they don't find in other places. That's number one, is to secure their future, getting money to feed their families, getting money to pay their house rent and other things, and the hospitals. So now the community like Adazi-Ani can say, okay, let's look at creating, drawing people to the homeland. So now they will now look at people that they will look at something like to be dominant in like poultry business or animal husbandry, agro business. So what can be possible in Adazi-Ani? Poultry, piggery can be set up. They can get something like 100 people, and train them on this, that will be able to be providing like between 2,000 beds. Those that are into poultry, providing 2,000 beds each. So that 2,000 beds will be 200,000 beds in any cycle. If it's every 4 months, they will be providing it. So 200,000. So training around 100 of their citizens on poultry and other animal husbandry. So let's use poultry. So now, after training them, they will get something like 100 or 200 people from the town that will do the akuluno in bringing the seed capital for them. So they will actually have a place where these 100 people will gather together, where they will either provide a sort of a business park for this business to thrive. They can provide like a business park where they will all set up this poultry farm as a group economy. The 100 of these people will form a cooperative. They will form like a cooperative. They will call it Adazi-Ani cooperative, that is dealing with poultry. They might add other animals, other this thing. And they also train some of them on feed production. So on feed production. So these 100 people will be the brain behind of this cooperative, and the seed money for them will be between $500,000 to $1 million. So now the community will look at people that will contribute to this, around 200 citizens that can contribute $500,000 as part of Akuluno, or more, or 1,000 people that can contribute like 100,000 each for this project. So now they will now set up, after they have built this structure for them and part of the cooperative, and suddenly there is employment opportunity. these 100 people and their family and other people are now part of employers of labor. They now start to employ people to help them to pilot this the affairs of this this business concern. Let's again. I don't know if you can see that the weather is not really bright anymore. You can see this place as the university gym. All this area is full of university. There are many universities in this area, but this is the Wandsworth Council that provided this to help the Wandsworth Council facility. So they build it so that the people from this community and the university will use it also. So you can see that how, let's bring it a little so that let's brighten it up. Let's bring it again and get it so you can see. So that's how it is. So now you can see that suddenly Adazi-Ani become a place that at least 200,000 beds are produced, and a lot of people from or businessmen from the cities of Nnewi, Onitsha, Awka will be flooding to Adazi-Ani in order to purchase poultry services and meat and other things, and the egg that will be also, because there will be millions of eggs, because they will have different type of poultry business, egg production and other things, and even doing also meat processing. So and they might increase the volume by putting other things like goat farming and fisheries and fish ponds. They can do that. So now this will attract people that will come to work in this place. You have security guards, you have drivers. A lot of them will start coming there, and transporters will be coming there to take these goods. You see, suddenly people are attracted, because these 100 people might be people from Adazi-Ani that are already living in Adazi-Ani. So that 100 people will actually, the number will triple to 500. So when you include their families, you are talking about around 2,000 people that will be gainfully employed or gainfully having a source of their livelihood from this investment. So you can see how suddenly the Adazi-Ani community beginning to change. Is beginning to change because of this Akuluno. So whereby members of this community, some of them will contribute money for this, and they be part of also the cooperative, the proceeds of the investment, thereby also having employment opportunity. And suddenly Adazi-Ani is now in the map of development. So this is one. So another one is building boarding schools, because a lot of our people living all over the world want to send their children to good schools, but it happens that the schools are not enough in our homeland. So you find them sending it to other areas, and some of those children, they want them to learn the local language. So, and because of not much available space in the school, so they are forced to send them away from, even to other countries or something. So now the Adazi-Ani might decide, okay, we want to build boarding school, around 5 modern, well-equipped boarding schools. And we are looking at between 2 to 1,000 people that will be involved in this school projects. The school will be run by professionals or church organization, but the proceeds will be shared. So now, these 5 schools, these boarding top-notch schools with at least that can actually have between 200 to 1,000 students. It will be a boarding school for secondary school or vocational institution. It will also have a vocational arm of it. So they now decide to build it in Adazi-Ani. So they have a timeline of 2 years to get it up and running and equipped. And other people from Adazi-Ani will equip this school. So depending on how much contributed, that's how much it will be turned into a share system, whereby if you contribute 1 million, maybe it's worked out that it will be done in units, maybe unit of 10,000. So if you contribute 2 million, the community, the clan, the homeowners. So now they have these 5 schools and have a management structure, have board of directors. So now, because of these 5 schools, knowing that now a lot of people has to come to live in Adazi-Ani, or people that are already living there will now have job. You will now see vacancies for cooks, security, for teachers, for lecturers, for headmistress, headmasters, math teachers. You see lab operators, gardeners. You have all sorts of drivers, so many. So in these 5 schools, you have so many people that will be gainfully employed. This school alone, these 5 schools, might end up employing more than 1,000 people directly, and indirectly a lot, because people will have to be providing some of the things that are needed in these schools. And remember, that poultry business also will be supplying the poultry needs and of that school and other protein needs. So you see, suddenly Adazi-Ani start attracting people from one employment opportunity, and they start having secure jobs, because a lot of people are going to send their children to these schools. So think about that. Something like between each of these schools have like not less than 200 students. So you now have a situation, you have five of them, and that 5 of them will give you around, not the lowest, 1,000 students. So now those 1,000 students are sent from across the world, not just Nigeria, to be in this boarding school. And remember, their parents are also spending money on this, and this money are being spent into the local economy, because they are being pumped into the local economy. And this will start to engineering transformation, secure jobs, and a lot of other things. This is what we are discussing about. Think home philosophy. Akuluno, the journey so far, using Adazi-Ani as a case study, or the journey so far in Adazi-Ani in Anocha local government. This is part 2 of the series. This is the part 2. This is the part 2 of the series of what we are talking about. So if you have, before you watch this part 2, make sure you watch part 1, because you might not be able to get the full gist if you did not watch part 1. So that's why I encourage you to watch part 1 first. And make sure you, when you are watching this video, take your popcorn and sit down, relax, and think deep what you are watching and what you are listening, and also try to take it to your different omuna, different clan, different town union meeting, women organization, and start discussing and start talking about this, changing the narrative. Not the narrative of causing violence, causing all those things, causing a lot of problems in the homeland. But Akuluno, start to discuss that how the community will be able to be revamped, be changed for the good of all. So that's why we are doing this. That's why this channel will take it as a great task, in spite of the difficulties, to get this thing out to you. So now you can see that this one has already provided jobs and provided more input into the community, wealth, creation of wealth in the community. So remember, the poultry and the school might be, some of them will be, the poultry will be a year project within 2024. Before the 2024 it will start. The school one will be 2 years project. 2 years, because what we are discussing is we are not talking like politicians that keep on talking, I will. No timeline, no time to start, no time to end, no ending in sight, no plan how to finance it, how to get the money. We're also telling you how we can also get the money. We are just giving you one instance. There are other ways to get the money also, but we are talking about contributory money, which has worked in Alaigbo custom and tradition over the years. Igwebike, where you pool the resources, like cooperatives. You know, the Igbos are doing it for age long. You know, so now we are also going to talk about also hospital. So supposing that the community decide also, a community like Adazi-Ani can actually gain by some of these citizens or indigenes, getting them to invest in a hospital, in health services. It will actually draw people into the town, because people will be coming from different towns, different cities to come to that community, because one, the medical facilities that will be installed will be far cheaper than the one that is in the city. So, and the people from that homeland, it will be easy for them, because they are in their home and they don't need to spend so much on going to this hospital. So now the community might decide, okay, let's look at within 2 years to get 2 hospitals. 2 hospitals that will have like 100 to 200 beds each, that will be equipped within that 2 years. And they will now look at looking at between 1,000 to 5,000 people of Adazi-Ani to contribute between 200,000 to 1 million to this project. And it will also be shared, it will be on share capital based on what you have put in place, what the money you invested, you know. So, and the community, the homeowners, everybody will be encouraged to invest on this. So those people that also are from that community, there will be a fixed price they will be paying if they are going to use those medical facilities after it must have been done. So now, in 2 years, after 2 years, the Adazi-Ani will find out they are now becoming a mecca for health tourists, because this hospital with 100 or 200 beds each, these 2 hospitals will start to attract people, not just local people only, but it will start attracting a lot of people to go to Adazi-Ani for medical services, for laboratory tests, for a lot of things, for also pharmaceutical drugs and other things, because he will have also pharmaceutical branch of that hospital, and he will also have like school of midwifery and the school of nursing there. And remember, a lot of jobs will be created, lots of employment opportunity for doctors, nurses, pharmacists, security, gardeners, cleaners, and those that will also be doing like caretaker jobs, secretaries, receptionists, so many that will be created. And this will start to attract a lot of people from Adazi-Ani to come back to be in the homeland. So now Adazi-Ani suddenly turning into a destination, not a departure, because people are now going to Adazi-Ani. They are not leaving Adazi-Ani. People are coming from different places to go to access these opportunities in Adazi-Ani. So now Adazi-Ani that used to have 80 or 90% of his dwellers or indigenes moving to different cities of the world, cities in Nigeria, towns in Nigeria. Suddenly, a lot of them now are coming back home. A lot of other people are also following them to come back home to live in Adazi-Ani. Remember, when all these things are built, accommodation, housing are being also built, because there are also massive demand for houses, you know. So making it that, because in Adazi-Ani it will be much affordable to live in Adazi-Ani than to live in a city like Onitsha or Oka. So this is a win-win situation. I don't know if this video is clear. Let's see this plane. This plane. I don't know if you can see it. It's going to Heathrow. Heathrow is not far from here. Heathrow is not far from here. So remember, we are talking about think home philosophy. Akuluno. The journey so far. Part 2. Adazi-Ani. In Adazi-Ani. In Anocha local government of Anambra State. We are using this town as a case study. This great town that has a lot of men and women of timber and caliber. So that's what we are discussing, and that's what we are talking, because 2024 is not a year that we will mess around with. It's a year that we must be proactive. We must be thinking of how the community will be completely turned around. The homeland has to be livable and a prosperous homeland. Our homeland has been blessed with milk and honey. So it's now for us to explore, to enjoy, to make some sacrifices, short-term sacrifices for the long-term goals. Remember, I am still Kodili-nye, bringing you this, and it's also a sponsored this vlog. Many people has been asking for me to be doing this type of vlog, and I have taken the challenge to be bringing it to you. And it's very important for you to share this, because if people are not watching it, it makes the job a bit difficult. But with your support, I know that we can be strong and we can go places. And I am counting on your continuous support. Remember to share, remember to subscribe. If you are watching this channel, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, please share, and you will enjoy what you are seeing. Let's see this. Okay, did you see that? So wonderful. So that's what we are talking about. That's what we are talking about It's very, very important for us to be proactive. Our homeland must rise again. Alaigbo must rise again. Adazi-Ani must be a shining light. Adazi-Ani in Anocha local government of Anambra State must shine. Anocha local government must rise again. Anambra State must rise again. Alaigbo must rise again. Eastern Nigeria must rise again. Nigeria must rise again. Let us think home. Akuluno, 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 Amaloye Palia. Thank you and God bless you. See you in the next vlog.